Thank you for being here. To start with, I would like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your professional journey.
All right. I retired from Indian Air Force after about 40 years of service, and it's been a very exciting journey in Air Force. Besides being a pilot, I was also a flying instructor, and I've also been an examiner for Indian Air Force, the Air Force examiner. And of course, in a career of that long, you get to hold various appointments. In my middle and younger level, I've had the privilege of heading 2 squadrons, flying squadrons, and subsequently I've also headed flying bases, which has been very exciting. And at a higher level, I've headed larger organizations like the National Defense Academy and the Air Force Academy. And I've also been head of operations in the central sector of India, which runs from Nagpur and upwards till the Chinese border, which is a central air command. I've headed operations in that sector. So that's it. All in all, what do I bring to table? Say operational expertise, training, and HR. Those are areas where that's been my experience.
So after retirement, you say, how did you first become associated with Trivandrum Management Association and the reason that you have joined?
After retirement, we decided to come and perch in Trivandrum, which was an afterthought. And the people from service who I knew who were around in Trivandrum were my coursemate who was Group Captain Nair, and the other one was Dinesh and Group Captain Dinesh and Wing Commander Ragastri, who were in Trivandrum. And at that point, she also happened to be the secretary of TMA. So she was the one who actually motivated me to kind of join TMA. As to why I joined TMA, I was used to a service environment, and I was not quite used to a civilian organization where I worked, although I've had worked in the civil side for a couple of years on deputation. But on an association basis, we have never been part of any organization. So that would have been something new that I would have been experiencing. So doing nothing, so might as well try new angles to experience.
And lend your expertise.
Wherever they wanted. Like they say, in old age you should never advise unnecessarily, except when asked. So whenever anyone has asked, I have always given my opinion.
All right. So as part of being in TMA, a highlight of something that you have done, and also something that you would like to advise students or encourage them, why should they join TMA?
All right. While in TMA, initially I was just an observant because I really did not know how the organization functions, and it's best to observe. And that went on in the initial part, and in TMA, it provided opportunity for knowing more people, like people who are at work at a little senior level, plus those who have already given enough service to their employment cycle, and now they are more relaxed and give expert opinion. So there were a lot of people who one could come in contact with, and in many ways there has been a lot of learning from them in various programs that have been organized by TMA. And your other question about what I enjoyed as far as TMA is concerned, I've had opportunities to interact with the younger generation, and that has been a kind of great experience. It's a wonderful experience, because when we are all old stock, so we are still living in the past and the glories of the past. So to move out of that into a youngster's world and try and understand as to what their world looks like has been an interesting part, which I observed in TMA. Advice, like I said, no advices for youngsters unless they seek an opinion. But why would anyone join TMA is an important question. What is in TMA for me? If that's the question, as a youngster, this is a forum, this is a setup where you get to interact with very many people. So TMA has got people from all walks of life, and people who have worked in various verticals and they have grown up in their career and who have had an accomplished, if not successful, career up the ladder. So definitely they would have had their ups and downs, and there will be a lot of takeaways for the youngsters, so that they don't have to reinvent the mistakes all over again. If they are stepping into a professional world or an entrepreneurial world or anything else for that matter. So that's for the youngsters. So TMA is one of the good forum where that is possible. And if you ask me about the older generation, experienced people, why should they join? I would recommend highly that they also join, because now you have time, and this is I see it more as a payback time. If you, I'm sure every individual at his 50s, 60s and all have as vast and rich in experience, and they all hold very valuable lessons on something or the other for the youngsters. So it's a payback time. So I see it as not to gain anything, rather to kind of give as much as you can. Why the senior people should join, and in the bargain, it becomes a very, very satisfying, fulfilling, and pleasurable experience if one is put the ego and past on one side, and if you are open about it. So that's the best part, and TMA is the best place.
Yes, thank you. Also, could you share a memorable experience or event as being part of TMA?
TMA, one, I have been associated with the conduct of their flagship convention, which is called TMA, ever since I joined in some capacity or the other. That's been an experience in the sense a full 2 days or 1.5 days seminar where you get the best of the professionals to come and speak. That has been an experience that's been quite nice, and it's quite well organized actually. And the other was we had an opportunity to conduct what is called the Shaping Young Minds program, which I was privileged to kind of chair, and that is organized primarily by IMA, for which TMA kind of becomes a facilitator and organizer for them. And the target to bring up so many students, or the youngsters or young professional in and around 20 years was the task. And the point when we were going into this program was immediately after the TMA. So that was a challenge, and one was using all skills possible, soft, smart, everything, to muster enough people. And finally it went off as a great program, and so the people say. So that was a great experience, and of course many more. I don't think I'll go beyond.
We can look forward to more.
Yeah, definitely.
So thank you very much.